Some Gumball characters are loved for their loyalty, heart, or just plain chaos. Others, fans would rather erase them from Elmore entirely. But nothing will prepare you for who made the final spot on the hate list, because sometimes even the most unexpected face can cause the biggest backlash. Penny Fitzgerald isn't just Gumball's love interest. She's one of the most emotionally layered and respected characters in the entire show.
She is really bad with computers. When I told her a mouse was...
Early on, she was seen as the typical sweet girl character, soft-spoken and kind. But it's what came later that made fans truly fall in love with her.
Oh, that works really well with my dance move.
Her character arc took a massive leap when she finally revealed her true form.
You wouldn't like the real me.
There's no way that could be true.
A shape-shifting, antlered creature that represented her real identity. And instead of it turning fans away, it made her even more admired. That scene wasn't just about visual design, it was a metaphor for self-acceptance, vulnerability, and breaking free from expectations. After that, Penny was never just a side character again. Her bond with Gumball became deeper, more emotionally charged, and more mature than most cartoon relationships.
Primates, and yet I've never seen you guys eating each other's lice.
Oh, you think this is funny?
From helping Gumball overcome his fears to showing her own insecurities, she proved that she wasn't just a background love interest. She was a full-blown character with real emotional weight.
Impossible to live without, but it would really hurt my eyes to look at you directly.
But Penny's greatness isn't just in her drama-filled moments. She's also a fan favorite because of how grounded she is. While everyone else in Elmore spirals into chaos, Penny brings calm. When Gumball's ideas get out of control, she's the one that calls him out.
And I don't think Darwin's over it yet. No, I'm perfectly fine with it.
And somehow she never comes off as nagging or dull, just real. Even casual fans agree Penny adds emotional depth to a show known for absurdity. On social media, she's constantly praised as the most mature character in the cast. And let's be honest, her transformation moment is one of the most iconic scenes in the entire series. Penny's popularity isn't a coincidence. She's the rare kind of character that balances love, strength, and vulnerability without ever trying too hard.
Me and Gumball, seems like maybe you want to talk, right? Right.
That's exactly why fans still talk about her, years after her biggest episodes aired. But where Penny made people feel something, our next character made fans feel something else. Pure rage. Let's be honest, Mrs. Robinson might be the most hated character in the entire Gumball universe, and it's not even close. Her entire presence on screen is defined by one thing: being mean for the sake of being mean. Fans weren't just annoyed by her, many downright loathed her. From her very first appearances, she set herself apart, not by adding to the humor, but by sucking the joy out of every scene she was in.
Why doesn't she understand?
Whether she's yelling at children, mocking her husband, or treating everyone like they're beneath her, Mrs. Robinson represents the kind of character that fans instantly reject.
Oh, come on!
Hey! No! Mrs. Robinson, please help!
She doesn't just dislike the Wattersons, she actively torments them. She's rude to kids, rude to neighbors, and somehow even ruder to Richard, who tries his best to win her over more than once. And the worst part? She never changes. There's no redemption arc, no hidden soft side, just pure bitterness from start to finish. One of her most infamous moments comes when she goes full-on villain, literally becoming the antagonist of the episode. Gumball and Darwin try to stop her from committing crimes, and instead of being funny, it just reinforced how unpleasant she really is. Fans didn't walk away entertained. They walked away wondering how a show full of lovable weirdos could make someone this unlikable. Even her relationship with Mr. Robinson, who's grumpy but occasionally charming, only makes her look worse by comparison. While he's had genuine emotional moments, she stays cold and cruel no matter what. That's why fans don't even find her love-to-hate worthy. She's just hate-worthy, plain and simple.
That will give me a thrill when the milk's...
On fan tier lists, Mrs. Robinson almost always lands dead last. Comments describe her as a character that ruins every scene she's in, or the reason the mute button exists. Now, we move from bitterness and spite to someone who fans say brings ghostly charm, emotional depth, and a surprisingly relatable vibe. Let's talk about a spirit who stole hearts, literally and metaphorically. Carrie Krueger is the exact opposite of most background characters. She doesn't just float through episodes, she leaves a mark.
Good job, Carrie. This is gonna work.
As a ghost, she might be quiet and low energy, But fans quickly realize she's one of the most emotionally complex and aesthetically cool characters in the Gumball universe.
How come we can see you every day, but we have to take a potion to see them? Duh! Because I was born a ghost?
Her early appearances showcased her typical gothic, moody personality. But what really made fans connect with her was the way the show handled her emotional struggles and social isolation. Carrie's not just a spooky visual, she's a character who genuinely feels misunderstood. And that hits hard for a lot of viewers.
Darwin, do you mind if I borrow your body too? You know.
No problem.
But everything changed once her relationship with Darwin started to take center stage. Suddenly, Carrie wasn't just the ghost girl. She was someone going through emotional growth, learning how to open up, trust others, and navigate real feelings. That romantic arc didn't just surprise people, it completely elevated her status in the fandom. And while Gumball often runs on chaos, Carrie's dry sarcasm is the perfect contrast to the madness around her. She delivers some of the most quietly funny lines in the show, and her chemistry with Darwin brings out sides of him we don't often see. More sincere, thoughtful, and grounded.
Typically radar love.
Yeah, but...
Come on, it'll be fun.
Okay.
In fact, their kiss in The Matchmaker became one of the most talked about moments of the entire season. It wasn't over the top or forced, it was surprisingly real for a show that rarely slows down. That scene alone made Carrie a standout character for fans who appreciate genuine character development over pure wackiness. Carrie's popularity also surged in the online community. Fan art, aesthetic edits, and even cosplay posts featuring her gothic look flooded social media. She's not just a side character anymore, she's a fan symbol of quiet strength and emotional depth. By the way, drop a comment below with your most loved and most hated Gumball character. We want to see if you agree with this list or not. And if you're enjoying the video so far, hit that like button and subscribe for more chaos just like this. But just like Carrie connected with viewers through subtle vulnerability, the next character shattered every bit of connection fans tried to build with him by being one of the most two-faced and frustrating figures in Elmore Junior High. If there's one character who perfectly represents everything wrong with Elmore Junior High, it's Principal Nigel Brown. While most principals in cartoons are either strict or goofy, Principal Brown somehow manages to be lazy, selfish, spineless, and hypocritical all at once.
A desk! Oh, my darling Lucy, what have they done?
No, not the desk.
And fans have had enough. From the start, Principal Brown's role has been more about saving face than actually doing his job. He constantly avoids responsibility, passes blame onto others, and bends the rules whenever it benefits him. In short, he's the kind of school leader you'd hope no one ever actually has in real life.
Stars, with the student made so many spelling errors, the school board sacked me anyway.
But what really set fans off is how he treats others, especially the students. While pretending to be some kind of wise authority figure, Principal Brown repeatedly shows favoritism, dismisses actual concerns, and only acts when his image is on the line.
But it has to look like an accident.
What? I meant take care of the laugh and breath thing.
Oh, yes, that's a much less illegal idea.
In one episode, he even lies and covers up a major incident just to keep from looking bad in front of a school inspector. It gets worse when you look at his personal life. His relationship with Miss Simian? A total mess.
I understand.
Instead of balancing out her bitterness, Brown somehow amplifies it. He's completely submissive around her, and any rare moment where he tries to take a stand just ends with him backing down again. Their dynamic isn't funny, it's awkward and off-putting.
Favorite, now I've been meaning to talk to you about how...
But the biggest frustration fans have is that Principal Brown has no real growth. Unlike characters like Gumball or Darwin, who learn from their chaos, Brown stays exactly the same. His selfishness and cowardice never evolve into anything more meaningful, making him feel like a one-dimensional roadblock more than a character. Reddit threads and fan tier lists often label him as completely useless, a waste of potential, or the worst authority figure in any cartoon. That's how deep the disappointment runs. So while Brown fumbled every chance to earn respect, the next character found her way into fan hearts by doing the opposite, staying anxious, relatable, and quietly unforgettable. Teri might not be the loudest or flashiest character in Gumball, but that's exactly why fans love her. In a show packed with chaos, slapstick, and over-the-top personalities, Teri stands out by being anxiously real, subtly hilarious, and surprisingly relatable. She's the quiet character that grew into a fan favorite.
Feel any better? Not at all.
Well, at least it hasn't upset anyone.
Hey guys, have you seen my parents? They were coming in today to see Miss Simian.
No.
Never mind.
From her earliest appearances, Teri is portrayed as the school's neurotic germaphobe, constantly worried about illness, hygiene, or anything even slightly off routine.
That's sorta. Gumball, you're such a hypochondriac.
No! The quarantine room is right there!
And while her obsession with cleanliness started out as a running gag, fans quickly noticed there was something deeper going on. Teri wasn't just quirky, she was a full-on representation of anxiety and hyper-awareness in a world that never slows down. But her biggest moment came in one of the most emotionally surprising episodes of the entire series. When Gumball and Darwin start believing Teri is sick, the tone shifts.
You haven't run a blood test, taken a temperature, or even an x-ray! He's fine, he just needs to walk it off. I'm talking about me! I've been in contact with these germ bags all day!
It's one of the few times the show dives into real fear, concern, and empathy. And Teri, of all characters, becomes the emotional center of the story.
So the symptoms are a weird empty sensation in my stomach, a feeling of lightheadedness, and an unusual amount of saliva in my mouth when I think of food. I checked on the internet and apparently it might be something called the G virus.
That's when fans really started paying attention. In that episode, Teri opens up in a way we've never seen before. Scared but brave, worried but still trying to comfort others. And somehow, without any big dramatic monologue or flashy moment, she connects with the audience in a way few other side characters ever have.
It's mutated and gone airborne! Give me that!
Even outside that episode, Teri's dry one-liners and anxious commentary have become low-key fan favorites. She's awkward but honest, dramatic but in a way that's oddly comforting. And let's face it, who hasn't had a Teri moment when the smallest thing feels like the end of the world? In online fan polls and social media posts, people often call Teri the most underrated character in the entire show.
No, you disgusting biohazard!
Man, for a paper girl, she's surprisingly strong.
I think it's more like you're surprisingly weak.
Her relatability, combined with her unexpected emotional depth, makes her one of those characters who sneaks up on you and stays with you. But while Teri connected through vulnerability, our next character connected through pure rage-fueled rants and scowling authority, and fans never stopped hating her for it. Miss Lucy Simian might be the longest-serving teacher in Elmore Junior High, but in the eyes of fans, she's also the most bitter, unfair, and flat-out unpleasant character in the entire school. If there was ever a teacher designed to make students miserable, it's her, and viewers never held back their hatred. From day one, Miss Simian makes it clear she despises Gumball, Darwin, and nearly every other student she teaches. She's not strict in a funny way, she's just mean. She plays favorites, crushes creativity, and takes joy in watching her students fail.
Excellent. Perfect. I love the smell of despair on a Monday morning, but there's something missing. I know.
In one of her earliest episodes, she spends the entire class period manipulating Gumball's emotions just to prove a point, only to get satisfaction from his total breakdown.
Surprise test!
We're going to tell Principal Brown!
Tell him what?
Well, we just saw in Bobbert's memory.
What memory?
And it doesn't stop there. Miss Simian has repeatedly used her authority to bully students, lie to parents, and push her personal grudges into the classroom.
The most pathetic, half-baked attempt at forgery I've seen in my 300,000 years as a teacher. And I taught during the Stone Age.
Forgeryers! My own flesh and blood accused of forgery!
She's not just a bad teacher, she's an outright antagonist. In one episode, she even sabotages Gumball's attempts to win an award out of sheer jealousy and pettiness.
Pick that up and take it to the trash!
Sure.
No backtrack, got it? Answer me! No answering back! Get on with it! And no running in the corridors!
Her relationship with Principal Brown somehow makes her even worse. Rather than balancing out her hostility, Brown constantly enables it. Together, they form the most frustrating power couple in Elmore, a duo that values control more than actual education.
The school principal it is a duty to inform you that by putting Gumball in kindergarten, you're one student short of the school board's targets, and if he's not back in your class by Friday, you're fired!
I understand.
And when she's not terrorizing students, she's pushing Brown around or manipulating him to suit her agenda. But what really fuels the hate is her complete lack of growth. Unlike characters who learn or evolve, Miss Simian doubles down on being nasty every time. There's never a moment where she becomes sympathetic or self-aware, and fans have grown tired of it. Fan forums often rank her among the worst teachers in animation history, with Reddit threads calling her the definition of a toxic educator. For many viewers, she's not even fun to hate, just infuriating. And just when you think Miss Simian is bad, wait until you meet the next character, because this one might be the most lovable mess of them all.
Hey, Dad, can you pass the sugar?
Sure, Gumball. Here's the sugar.
No character in Gumball is more chaotic, clueless, and accidentally iconic than Richard Watterson, and somehow, fans absolutely adore him for it. He might be a lazy, donut-obsessed dad who rarely contributes anything useful, but that's exactly why people love him.
It tastes like salt.
That's because I swapped the sugar for the salt. It was the greatest prank ever.
Okay, you got me.
He's the heart of the show's absurd comedy. From the moment he's introduced, Richard proves he's not your average cartoon father. He's unemployed, emotionally immature, and often acts more like a fourth child than a parental figure.
Mental note. Next time, take food for the journey back as well.
But his ridiculous antics have become some of the most quotable and unforgettable moments in the entire series. Whether he's getting hypnotized into thinking he's a cat, pretending to be a superhero, or accidentally destroying the house in a 1-second decision, Richard never fails to steal the scene.
I'll calm her down with my irresistible charm.
We're broke.
His humor is physical, loud, and unapologetically stupid, and fans eat it up every time. But here's the twist. Beneath all the chaos, Richard has moments of genuine emotion that hit harder than you'd expect. He might not always know how to express it, but his love for his family is real. And sometimes those goofy tears or unexpected hugs make him one of the most wholesome characters on the show.
Please stop crying, Dad. You'll always be my hero.
It's not that. It's just you're digging your claws into my nipple.
One of the most beloved Richard moments happens when he tries to teach Gumball how to become a hero, only for it to turn into a mess of explosions and misunderstandings. Yet by the end, he still manages to say something profound in his own clueless way, and fans connected with that balance of stupidity and sincerity. Online fan polls constantly rank Richard as one of the funniest and most entertaining characters. Even his iconic voice and catchphrases have become memes across YouTube and TikTok. He's chaotic good, wrapped in a pink bunny suit. And while Richard made people laugh just by existing, our final character left fans doing something completely different, rolling their eyes at every self-righteous holier-than-thou word that came out of her mouth. Carmen might be a cactus, but fans would argue she's also one of the most prickly, pretentious, and painfully self-righteous characters in all of Gumball.
Exploiting those powers to win some petty argument will just hurt the cause of the people who really need our help.
Wait, no, my powers!
Instead of fighting, why don't we just hug it out?
Unlike other hated characters who are loud or obnoxious, Carmen takes a different route. She gets under people's skin by acting like she's morally superior to everyone else. From her earliest episodes, Carmen's personality rubbed fans the wrong way. She constantly criticizes others, lectures everyone about what's right or wrong.
Gumball, you need to make eye contact with people. It's how you show them you care about what they have to say.
Oh, fine.
Thank you.
And positions herself as the voice of reason, even when nobody asked for her opinion. She's the kind of character that's supposed to come off wise, but instead just feels insufferably smug. Her relationship with Alan only made things worse. While Alan is upbeat and overly optimistic, Carmen acts like she's doing him a favor by being in his life. She's constantly correcting him, challenging his views, and trying to control how he interacts with others. Instead of being a positive pairing, they became one of the most awkward couples on the show, mainly because Carmen seems more focused on image than genuine connection. In several episodes, Carmen goes so far as to insert herself into situations that have nothing to do with her, only to deliver some long-winded moral take that nobody asked for. One moment she's judging Gumball and Darwin for being immature, and the next she's scolding others for not following her sense of honor. And the worst part? Unlike other flawed characters who eventually show vulnerability or growth, Carmen never really changes. She stays just as uptight, just as judgmental, and just as irritating across the entire series. That's why fan threads often describe her as the most annoying cactus on Earth, and not in a fun way. Reddit, YouTube, and tier lists frequently place her at the bottom of fan rankings, with many viewers saying she adds nothing but lectures and drama. If you thought that list stirred things up, just wait till you see what's coming next. More drama, more favorites, and way more characters fans love to hate. Don't miss the next most loved versus most hated video. It's got some serious chaos, and trust me, you won't guess who shows up next.